real nigga, so I didn't. He told me, and I could tell you, I guess a little bit more. He hit me and he would say, "Yo, Ak, I'm gonna keep it true with you. I'm not dropping my album in January." He did tell me, he say, "Yo, like latest is like April." So don't take it like he's dropping it in February. He might drop it in February, but he's like, yo, latest is like April, like how he's thinking about it. He's not trying to drop. Because I said, yo, I told him, I said, bro, don't listen to these niggas trying to pressure you to drop quickly. Look at these other bums you're competing with. Like, real talk. They don't drop for 5 years. Don't let nobody rush you, nigga. Take till summer. And he said, nah, Ak, I ain't about to drop in summer. Like, I'm about to drop, I want to drop like before April type shit. You feel me? So like he's still trying to drop the project, you know, reasonably quickly. Directly what he told me, he said, yo, Ak, I had videos to shoot. I had a couple of other things that I wanted to do in terms of making sure the rollout was good. And just truthfully, like with the injury, like I was slowed up and pushed the process back. And with everything pushed back, like I wouldn't be able to make those deadlines. And yo, I'm like, you know, he really wanted to stick to January, but he realizes that pushing it back is probably for the better. And I told him, I said, yo, you know me, I'm a top Drake fan. I'm like, nigga, we're going to wait. Like, the fuck? Like, who the hell else will we waiting on? You know what I mean? We're going to wait. You know what I mean? He's not going to make us wait that much. But that was the joint he told me a while ago. He told me to hold up on letting people know about that conversation we had. And clearly he wanted to just, you know, put it out on his own terms, which I respect that. You know, it's his album, you know, right? So, yeah. So, Certified Lover Boy is coming. If I get, like, you know, me and him, we go back and forth about like just his mental state and just like how, you know, he's feeling about the album and how he feels about rap and just whatever, just the climate. Like if he tells me like, yo, Ak, I'm coming in February, I'll let y'all know instantly, you know? But right now he's just saying he doesn't want to just say it's February to have the same type of January pressure. Not pressure, but like people saying, oh, you're dropping then. And by the way, I've seen some people say Drake ain't pushing back a motherfucking thing due to, somebody said, yo, he pushed it back due to lack of buzz. What are y'all niggas talking about? What are these motherfuckers talking about? He dropped one single. The one single went #2 and was there for mad long. You get me? Okay, cool. Like WAP. Like, nigga, it was a song called Wet Ass Pussy that defeated it and prevented it from being #1. Whoop-de-doo. You get me? It was also a song he had Lil Durk on. You feel me? Like, again, I'm pretty sure he's going to drop another single. This is just me talking. It's not what he told me. He'll drop another single. It'll probably be #1. You know what I mean? So whoever ever even thought that Drake is pushing album back because lack of buzz, you're a fucking idiot. Okay? You're a fucking idiot. Let me just say that. So yeah, Drake will be pulling up with the project quite soon, and I am happy about that. Again, I'm just excited to see, and by the way, I told him that too. Like, I'm one of those people, you could never be cool with me if you're not cool with, like, the critiques that I give. Like as much as y'all know I love Drake and he's my favorite artist, I'm not talking to Drake just sucking his dick, pause. You feel me? Like, I literally tell him, like, when I hear leaks that's weak, I tell him, I said, please don't put that shit on. That shit is mid. Lucky Lefty, I told him, I said, yo, please don't put that shit on. That shit is mid, doggy. We don't need that on the bro, I gotta tell him because I'm a fan. And also, I'm not no fake nigga. I'm not gonna just act like I didn't see it, and then when it drops, I'm gonna call it trash. No, if we knew ahead of time, I'm gonna tell you. But yeah, so like shit, I've even just told him recently, like, yo, listen, man. At this point, which I think is just true, Drake is competing against Drake. And it is at the point, is at a teetering spot where people want to say he's falling off. That's why I did my rant about him falling off. Bro, there's no #2 that's ever going to pass him. Like, yo, Kendrick, you're not in this league, nigga. Like, Kendrick, you're not passing no Drake, nigga. Like, you had your chance, nigga. Like, you're in, we don't know where you at. None of you niggas is passing Drake. So even if Drake drops a dud, he'll still be #1. Just a #1 with a dud. We'll compare him to his previous self. Like, yo, Drake 2 years ago was better. But pretty much we're still talking about Drake. It's like, you know how 2K makes, like, 2K has like 3 different versions of Michael Jordan. You got a 92, 93 version, you got the 95, 96, and then you have like fucking like the old Jordan or the one that's like almost a rookie. They're all Jordan. They're all the same person. That exact person is the greatest player of all time. But if we talk about a specific era of their career, now we're comparing them against themselves. And trust me, I want to be so great that you can't compare me against any other living nigga. You have to compare me against myself. You have to compare me like, yo, Akademiks in 2016 when he was doing this, that, and third was the most dopest nigga that's ever lived and the funniest nigga, and now he's not that. But you can't say like, oh, there's this other nigga that's way better than Ak. You're just comparing me to myself. You know, I think as long as it's there, Drake could always like, you know, try to channel and, you know, kind of reach down and try to figure out how to get back to that space. And also, like, I think he knows, like, yo, he dropped the demo tapes. That wasn't supposed to be a big rollout. Of course, it's still a Drake release, so it got a lot of attention. He dropped Tootsie Slide, which a lot of people were looking like, yo, this is kind of poppy, a little TikTok-ish, like we want you to do more with it. Granted, all cool, you know. So of course there's no Lucy's he could drop. You feel me? These niggas drop their little Lucy's. Like, didn't J. Cole like drop like a track? Like nobody even knows what it's called. Like nobody, like this is what I be trying to tell y'all. Like, yo, we have to keep shit in perspective. Some of these niggas, they drop tracks we don't know what they're called. They don't have the same pressure. With Drake, every release has to be like top in the last release. Then how do you top being number one? God's Plan is number one. Until Drake drops another number one track, we're gonna say he's in a decline. Just think about that. When you've reached the top so high that if you're not repeatedly, it's like imagine Usain Bolt. He ran a 9.51 100-meter dash, right? Imagine if this motherfucker, like every single time he didn't run that, people are saying, yo, we don't know if like Usain is still that nigga. What do you mean? Nobody's even running closer to other times he's doing. But you're comparing him on the best he's ever did. It's only in hip hop that we're looking at Drake to still go. We're trying to have him find a different peak. Before God's Plan, he never had a number one record solo that hit like that. That shit, God's Plan, hit like crazy. Nigga, that was literally just 2 years ago. Drake already had a whole legendary career which spanned about 8-9 years up until that point. So he gets the number one record and now the whole fucking criteria has changed. You know what I mean? Like, for example, I'll throw it back to LeBron. LeBron, the beginning of his career, the fact that he brought some, LeBron was bringing like out of shape bums that, he was bringing like construction workers. He was bringing niggas like me to motherfucking the playoffs, dog. When he was just a rookie, that was good enough. These days, if LeBron makes the playoffs but doesn't like get to the championship, you look at him and call him washed. Even when he wins the championship, if it's not like super decisive, you still want to criticize. When you get to the top and you've achieved the best that's ever been seen, how do you still show people you're progressing other than trying to beat your old records? And that's hard. You feel me? Like, to me, even if Drake doesn't really deliver with this, he's still got another one that I think he has a chance to potentially surpass his last two with. But everybody looks at it as he's in decline. But he's in decline compared to his old self. You know, and by the way, and I seen some people on my Instagram said, yo, who said he was like, decline or whatever. You know, with all due respect, salute to my man, a guy who's been a mentor to me, like, just through my media career. Salute to my man, Charlamagne. Like, I seen Charlamagne make those comments, and, I think Charlamagne looks at stuff a little bit differently. But also, I seen like Eminem, I think he was kind of forecasting. I think it was very timely in how he chose to say, hey, Drake, you see, when you get to be the best and they turn on you, I think he was trying to forecast it with Drake. And I do think this is about the time that people could turn on Drake. But, listen, I'm a reposition the conversation. You feel me? So it is what it is. Again, I just don't know how you one up being the best when number two isn't even close. And if the only sign for success or acceptance is that you break your own record that nobody will ever break within this generation, how the fuck is that even a fair criteria to be compared to at all? You know what I mean? It's not like, it's not like him and Lil Baby are neck to neck in a lot of things. There's no, like, I consider Lil Baby number two, truth be told. Am I tripping with that? Y'all let me know. Anyway, beyond that, did y'all see that nigga Young and Ace?